Hello everybody and welcome to Three Rivers Karting, where today we are joined by the Junior League here. So today is May 4th, 2021, the first day and indeed week of the Junior League. So right now in the running, we have 6 drivers in the practice. I believe we have 12 driving tonight. So right now, setting the fastest lap is Enderbeast, and then we have Devin in second, Charler, I'll just say 2.0, because I'm not sure how to say that first part. Then we got Devin, we got Hondo, Forza, and JD. So those are all of the people who are in the first practice here, and we're going to see who's going to become victorious tonight in Leetsdale. So this is only, I believe, a 4-minute practice that they get, which is a little bit different than what we normally see, I believe. Normally, I thought that these drivers get a 7-minute practice, but it seems that it's been shortened by 3 minutes. So they only get 4 minutes to get to know the track. It's going to end up being around probably 20 laps or so around this track layout 5. So hopefully these drivers can find some pace today. Maybe somebody can make a name in the Junior League and might get recruited up into the Adult League. Always love to see some young people in the Adult League, as I am obviously one of them. Not crazy fast times we're seeing tonight. 17.3 from Enderbeast. We've seen better from her, as you guys might have seen in the endurance race, but we're going to see if she can get down into the 16s today. If anybody can get down in the 16s. Once again, all new faces to me. So I'm not entirely sure of these drivers exactly what they can do tonight. And hopefully the times up on the timetable are going to be able to show for these drivers. So still, Enderbeast with the fastest lap. Just put down a 17.2, which is getting down there. It is currently 64 degrees outside as she just sets a 17.1. Lil Hondo jumps up to second position from fourth. And JD also jumps up a few positions there into third place. Remember, this is only practice, so these times don't really count for too much as Enderbeast goes into the 16s. So this track is starting to warm up a little bit. Seeing some drivers going underneath that 17-second barrier. Let's see if she can improve. She's going around the final corner now. She hit a bit of traffic, and you can see the time suffered because of that. 17.2 going side by side into the first corner with cart number 8, who's actually going to be 2.0. I'm going to ask him after this practice exactly how to say his name, so I'm not mispronouncing it this entire recording here, but both drivers in a bit of traffic. Enderbeast getting the fastest lap out of those two. And Enderbeast is in a bit of clean air now. Might be able to set a fast lap with only 30 seconds remaining here in this first practice session of Junior League. 17.1 from Enderbeast. Can anybody improve? Can Forza Fanatic go under a 17.7? Can JD? Just as I say that, Forza Fanatic goes a 17.4, jumping up 2 spots and moving down JD into the final position. But it is very close between 4th and 6th place. And that's going to be the checkered flag for practice here. So Enderbeast in first for the first practice session with 2.0 in second. Devin in third. Forza fourth. There you go. Lil Hondo in fifth. And JD in 6th position to round out our practice. Coming up, we're going to see Speed Demon Aiden the Stig himself. Austin Simon, Ricky D, and Speedy. Definitely going to be interesting to see if any of these drivers can beat that 16.978 that was set by, of course, Enderbeast, who has been a big threat in this Junior League for the past year. So hopefully she can bring out another title as the returning champion, I believe. I'm not entirely sure of the results of the Junior League last year. But hopefully in this next practice, which will be coming up now, we'll see if anybody can beat it. And here we go for the second practice. First person out of the pits is going to be Speed Demon in kart number 13, who has one of the highest pro skills here at Three Rivers Karting with a 2,152 rating. That's definitely top 20 here. We're going to see if that pro skill, that experience here, might shoot him up the rankings. So let's see, we are waiting for the first lap here in the second practice. And Speed Demon comes out right out the gate of a 17.5, but quickly gets beat by Aiden with a 17.4 in kart number 7, which once again is my personal favorite kart here. It is quite quick. 18 is also quick. Speedy in kart 18 there, who actually set an 18-1. That is also a quite quick kart there. I said a 16.7 in that kart, and a lot of other close to lap records have been set. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get the optimal track conditions to actually make that happen, but we'll see. Aiden with a 17.4 has not been able to improve. Speed Demon not too far behind, also with a 17.4, less than a 100th gap between the two of them. And once again, it's only a 4-minute practice. So these drivers actually have the upper hand, as they actually do have a warmer track than the first practice. So theoretically, we should be able to see a faster lap time out of these drivers. We'll see if that actually turns out to be, as Aiden improves a little bit, going at 17.4. The Stig going at 17.336. Only 1.5 minutes into this practice session. Not entirely sure of where Enderbeast was, but I remember she did have a 17.3, or 17.1, excuse me. The Stig, Aiden, and Speed Demon all in the 17.3s, all separated by 0.042 of a second. And Speedy in 4th position behind. We're going to see if any of these drivers once again can overtake the Stig, as the Stig has actually overtaken Aiden. Austin Simon, or I believe that is Simon Austin. We're just going to call him Austin, goes a 17.426 with 7 laps of track time. The Stig only with 8 laps now, just went around for the 8th lap there. 17.336, still the time to beat in this practice session. But remember, Enderbeast had that 16.978 to beat, and that is the fastest lap there. Speed Demon actually takes pole position of this practice session, goes a 17.317 with 1 minute and 12. Oh, there's a big slide out there in the third corner, going on the first corner, excuse me, going onto that blue stuff, trying to let a driver by and getting a little bit sideways, braking nice and hard so that they hopefully do not go into the barrier, which he successfully avoided there. I saw a few drivers here before I started recording. Oh, it's another driver in kart number 9. I don't know if that was the same kart or not. Getting sideways once again on that blue stuff on the exit of the pit lane. Speed Demon almost exactly matches their time, going to 17.327. But as I was saying before, a lot of the drivers were actually understeering off of the first corner and going into that wall over there on the right. Looks like the track has definitely started to warm up a little bit, as the white flag is being waved. Speed Demon basically matches his time again, going at 17.318. Can't improve. Unfortunately, we're going to get one more shot at this. Everyone's going to get one more shot, but it appears for this practice session, Enderbeast is going to have first position. The Stig improves, going at 17.177, which I believe will put him into second position so far for practice. So here's our final results. First place, the Stig. Second place, Speed Demon. Third, Austin. Fourth, Aiden. Fifth is Speedy. And then rounding out the order is Ricky D with an 18.5. I'm excited to see what these drivers can do once they can actually be able to go full out, flat out with a warm track around qualifying where it actually matters. Can't wait to see that from these drivers, which will be coming up right now. Stay tuned. All right, thank you guys once again for joining us here. We are starting qualifying for Three Rivers Karting first week of Junior League here. Today we have Aiden, Forza, Lil Hondo, JD, Speedy, and Ricky D all in the first qualifier. So hopefully we can see some pretty fast times from these juniors. And we'll see if they can make their way up into and under the 16s. Track record around here is set by Wags, Quentin Wagarack, also known as Wags here at Three Rivers Karting. He set a 16.415 during the playoffs last year. And hopefully this year in July, I believe, we'll be having a live stream where the playoffs will be streamed. Not entirely sure of where, but stay tuned for when that's going to come out. Right now, JD is on top with a 17.4 right away. 7-minute qualifier here. And we'll see whenever the sixth person comes around. 18.9 of Ricky D. So Forza Fanatic actually just overtook JD at a 17.3 right away. So this track is definitely developing. You can see some lines starting to form on the track here. All the drivers are using every square inch of this track, especially through turn one. You can see them basically hitting the barrier on the right-hand side there. And that's really what you got to do to get all of the lap time out of these karts here. They do drive a little bit differently than your normal road car, so they definitely have their little quirks and features, as Doug DeMiro would say, to all of these karts. So hopefully these drivers can get their own kart figure out how they can drive. See if anybody can beat that 17.3 set by Forza Fanatic, as JD is actually getting quite close, at only a 0.055 gap behind him. Qualifying is quite close so far for the entire grid, as JD actually beats him. There's a bit of a cluster going into that first turn there. Luckily, there weren't any large accidents that happened there. All the drivers are being quite conservative and giving each other all of the space. Once again, there goes JD at a 17.286. There's a bit of a spin almost in that first corner there. Kart number 15, that's going to be Aiden. He has a 17.5. He's in fourth position. Don't want to be doing that too much if you want to set that fastest lap. Maybe he was just warming up his tires. Forza Fanatic beats out JD, going a 17.207 as JD goes a 17.216. So 9 thousandths of a second between Forza and JD here. It's really anybody's pole so far. But once again, there is Ender Beast that these guys have to worry about, who she's actually getting the second qualifier. JD setting a 17.415. There's a bit of traffic. And all of these karts are now starting to space out. Everyone's starting to get a little bit of clean air other than kart 17 and 11. Aiden in kart 15 sets a 17.396 as Forza Fanatic retakes pole and extends his lead, setting a 17.189, but that can get beaten at any point in time by any of these drivers on the grid. There's still 4 minutes remaining. These karts, as JD actually beats out Forza Fanatic, going a 17.112 with his 10th lap of the qualifier here today. Lil Hondo not too far behind, only 1.17 seconds behind Forza Fanatic, sitting at 17.286. Very exciting qualifier so far. These little drivers are really showing what they can actually do in the kart here. And it's definitely really nice to see all of these young people really showing interest, starting all the way down at the age of, I believe, even below 13. Karts are really starting to bunch up there going into turn one. Forza Fanatic sits at 17.104, gapping JD by 8 milliseconds. So that's quite an impressive time by Forza Fanatic, but once again, the threat of Ender Beast has yet to be unleashed so far. So hopefully we get to see a very, very close qualifier, so that reverse heat is going to be very, very interesting. Can't wait to see this race that's going to happen after these qualifying sessions. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in qualifying. These drivers are probably starting to get a little bit ambitious here as kart 17 tries to let kart number 1 by and is starting to hop a lot. That kind of screwed up JD's lap a little bit. Had to compromise going through turn 1 as Forza Fanatic extends his lead, going a 17.088. Forza is indeed in clean air, but he is catching Ricky D. Hopefully he can set this one last lap here before he is actually going to be in a little bit of traffic. He did clip the apex there going through the first corner, so this probably will not be the lap that he is going to actually set his pole position or extend his lead there, as he does go a 17.4. Ricky D getting nicely out of the way. Maybe he can set a few more laps here. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. JD still breathing down his neck. 17.112. Now Forza Fanatic going through the first corner there on your screen. He is really starting to get a lot of clean air once again. He has half the track in front of him. He can really just get into a rhythm now until the end of qualifying. See if he can beat that lap time. JD 17.26 with one. His best lap time is of course that 17.112. Kart number 1, that is JD that I was just talking about, got a little bit sideways going through the final corner. He's only going to get a few more laps to actually set his best time. And he's stuck in a bunch of traffic, so it looks like Forza Fanatic is going to take provisional pole at this point in time. But JD does have a little bit of clean air now going through that first corner. Next kart is kart number 15, Aiden, who isn't too far off JD's pace. So the white flag is now waving. These drivers are now going to try to set their final lap here, trying to beat Forza Fanatic's time of a 17.088. Forza Fanatic can't improve. He still has one more lap to try to improve. Going through the first corner, looking all right. Maybe just a touch wide. Yeah, he was a touch wide. Hits that wall there. Going through the final hairpin, going through the final corner now. Forza Fanatic does not improve on his time. He sets provisional pole at a 17.088. JD with second place, 17.112. Lil Hondo not far behind with a 17.189. Aiden 17.373. Speedy with a 17.7. And Ricky D rounding out the order at an 18.19. What an exciting qualifying from these drivers here. And hopefully in this second qualifier, we see somebody beat Forza Fanatic on pole position, provisional pole position. There's Enderbeast, kart number 18, quite quick around here. Pro skill of 2266 up there on the pro skill. So is Devin. They are quite close there, but we got Enderbeast in first, the Stig going out second, 2.0 in third, Devin coming out fourth, Speed Demon in fifth, and Austin in sixth. All of these drivers were setting some pretty impressive times, so hopefully we can see somebody beat that provisional pole position. So we're not actually even going to be cutting because this qualifier is going right out now, and this track is still very, very hot. So hopefully we will be able to see these drivers set a really nice lap time on this nice hot track. Enderbeast giving the thumbs up to the Marshall there, going out onto speed 4, kart 18. I'm really, really excited to see exactly what these drivers can do. Once again, this is the second qualifier here in Leetsdale. Enderbeast has quite a bit of room in front of her, and it's looking like she's going to go through the... She is looking quite quick now. Loading, waiting for the first lap. Enderbeast has to do yet another lap, which only extends the amount of time that she's going to be out on track, because that timer did not start exactly yet. So let's see when these the timing loop finally comes up. Enderbeast is already setting a 17.275 on her first lap. The Stig at a 17.8, a 2.0. I'm just gonna say Charlier. I don't know. I apologize to you, but I'm just going to keep saying 2.0 for the time being. Does beat Enderbeast, going ahead of her. Devin goes ahead of Enderbeast in second position now, setting a 17.239. Once again, these drivers, they're looking for that 17.088 pole position. Enderbeast goes up a little bit faster, setting a 17.185. Give me 1 second here. I just got to take a quick break, take a quick drink of water. Yelling into the microphone is quite tiring, but Enderbeast is, oh, excuse me, Devin, that's a 16.999. First person in the 16s for this qualifier, so this track is on fire right now. Enderbeast at the 17.074, Devin in cart 5, Enderbeast in cart 18, and Charlie in cart 7. I'm just gonna say it different every time. Speed Demon jumps up from last all the way up into second position. 17.051, Enderbeast sets a 17.022. All these drivers are really, really close together. Only 0.052 separating first through third. In sixth position, it's only sets a 17.249. So this grid is really close. It's still anybody's pole position. Enderbeast sets provisional pole, 16.957 with 5 minutes remaining in this qualifier. There was a lot that just happened here, and it is quite exciting here. Enderbeast improves once again, 16.957. So much time that is left in this track. It's unbelievable. I thought that the previous qualifier times were fast. Now these are blazing. Devin sets a 16.973, 0.016 seconds behind Enderbeast, who is the pole position, current provisional pole. Devin beats Enderbeast, going a 16.852. This track is on fire right now. That is one of the fastest laps that have been set here at Three Rivers Karting, 4/10 off of the track record, which once again was set during playoffs. Very, very competitive situation. And Devin, 16.852. Very, very quick. Unfortunately, it will not be part of one of the fastest lap times of the day. Of the year, excuse me, because this is during league, and league times do not count. Enderbeast with a 16.8765. I missed that, I believe. Still anybody's race. 3 drivers into the 16.9. Speed Demon 16.955. 1/10 off of Devin. Once again, still anybody's race. Now there's a bit of traffic happening here. So, yeah, it's starting to calm down just a little bit up here in the commentary booth. 4 minutes have elapsed here in qualifying as Charlie goes up into 5th place, or 2.0. I am butchering your name. I am very sorry if you were watching this back and are cringing in your seat. But so far, that person who got pole position is going to start 5th because of Austin setting 4 milliseconds faster than the previous pole position in that qualifier. Nice job letting cart 10 through. Cart number 7 there, Charlie, who let Speed Demon by, who's actually Devin has a 16.849. Enderbeast 16.865. Speed Demon 16.891. Still anybody's pole position here. Very, very competitive for these drivers, and it is still going to be anybody's race. Very, going to be very interesting for these drivers during the race, because once again, everybody has to drive consistent. Consistency is key in racing, and if these drivers cannot be consistent during the race, then I don't think that they can be able to win every race here. But luckily, these lap times are really blazing fast right now. Enderbeast gets pole with the 16.793, beating out Devin by 0.05 of a second. What a lap from her. 16.7s, quite quick around here. Let's see if she can actually improve from that. 16.793, wow. Now that's no time to laugh at. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining here in this qualifying. And I really cannot wait to see if Devin can, Speed Demon overtook Devin. Devin, who was at one time your pole position, your leader, is now in third. So Speed Demon is now in second with that 16.841, beating out Devin by 8 milliseconds. Enderby still holding pole position with less than a minute remaining. Let's see if she can find some clean air, which she is currently in right now. Devin overtook Speed Demon by only 5 milliseconds. This is such a close qualifying. It is once again still anybody's race. Austin going a 17.002. He could still get into the 16s. The Stig not too far behind everybody with a 17.1. That is still quite fast. Might move the Stig down into top of B, but I'm not entirely sure how they're going to set up the races here. The checkered flag is now going as Devin on his final lap sets a 16.8 flat, only 7 milliseconds away from Enderbeast, who is your pole position at a 16.793. Speed Demon, who is 0.048 behind with a 16.84 in third. Austin in fourth, and in fifth place is the leader of the previous qualifying. Then in fifth is Charlier in 2.0 and the Stig, who's in sixth. So what an insane qualifier from these drivers. I cannot wait to see this heat race, as of course those three drivers that were so close together in qualifying are now going to be reversed. So we're going to see if Enderbeats can find their way past and actually might be able to find her way through into first position, but it's definitely going to be an interesting race from these drivers. I will see you guys in the next section. Hello everybody, and welcome to the feature race B, the B heat, here at Three Rivers Karting. First week of Junior League. Really excited to see how these drivers are actually going to fare. All 6 drivers are now going out onto the grid. Give me 1 second. It looks like in first for the B heat, we have 2.0. The Stig is second, Little Hondo in third, Aiden in fourth, Speedy in fifth. Ricky D is going to round out our grid for this Junior League. All of the karts are now on their warm-up lap, going into position, and Charlier is going into his first grid slot now. So I cannot wait for this race start, and I don't know what else to say. The karts are now starting to go up onto the grid, flashing lights all in the caution mode, and we are waiting for the first lap here. So in kart 8, that's going to be 2.0. In kart 8, kart 15, I cannot see who the drivers are at the moment. Making sure that everyone's okay. Daryl, making sure that everyone's all right. When the lights go out, we are racing. There appears to be a false start in last position here. They got to get him all centered up again. Not sure if that's going to be a penalty, as he is in last position. When the lights go out, we are racing. And here we go for the feature race here. Lisa, there's a bit of a bump going into the first corner, getting car number 1 a little bit sideways. He loses out on a position, and now he is on the back foot going into this second corner here. Into the third corner, excuse me. He does get his position back, and he does keep third place. In first place, we got kart number 8, who is leading out. Charlier 2.0, who is leading this race, and right behind him, who is still in the fight, kart number 15. I'm not sure about any names right now, but what a race start from these junior racers. Everybody getting a little bit squirrely going through the hairpin there. In first place, we have Charlier in second, the Stig. Third, Lil Hondo. Fourth, Aiden. Fifth, Speedy. And in sixth position, we have Ricky D. 15 laps remaining here in this feature race. And the Stig actually does have the fastest lap of the race now. And just as I say that, 2.0 takes the lead and gets 17.4. All the karts are now starting to separate, but 11, Ricky D is right on the back of Speedy. And we're going to see if there's any moves that are actually going to be made. Aiden in kart 21 is right on the back of Lil Hondo. We'll see if he can make any moves going through turn 1 here. Nothing yet. Let's see if he does make anything going through turn 2. He does not. He is not close enough to make any moves. Let's see if he can make anything happen here going through the second hairpin. Second through fourth are really close right now. It's still anybody's race. 12 laps remaining here. 2.0 getting a 17.2 second lap time. He has a huge gap to any of the cars behind. Lil Hondo, once again, still on the back of the Stig, and the Lil Hondo and Aiden are all super close, all bumper to bumper. Number 15, the Stig actually hits the apex, which gets him a little bit sideways, and now there's a spin going into the second corner, puts his hand up in frustration, and the Stig, who is in second place, is now into fourth place after a little bit of contact. I wonder exactly what happened. Maybe the stewards are going to look at that. There are no penalties being served at the moment. And that is just very unfortunate for the Stig. Lil Hondo moves up into second place. Aiden in third and the Stig in fourth. Charlier getting a 17.136. And I cannot wait to see exactly where these karts will end up. Kart number 21, Aiden, is right still on the back of Lil Hondo. Let's see if he makes any mistakes. Maybe can capitalize on something, taking different lines going through that double hairpin there. Ricky D is still right on the back of Speedy, excuse me. Car number 15 gets right past. Was there a penalty being served? I wasn't looking. So Aiden, or the Stig, does move up one position and goes up into third. So in first place, way out in front, we have 2.0, Lil Hondo in second, and the Stig in third, Aiden in fourth, Speedy in fifth. Speedy and Ricky D still really close. Anything can happen still. Aiden and the Stig are still really close as well. Of course, Aiden had let the Stig by. Maybe there was a penalty being served. Oh, getting a little bit squirrely going through the second corner. Kart number 21 getting a little bit frustrated, getting a hand up at the marshal back there, Devin. All right, and Lil Hondo actually takes the fastest lap of the race in second position, going a 17.132. That's rapid. And appears like with 4 laps remaining, let's see if any of these drivers can make anything happen. That noise you just heard was kart number 15, the Stig, and Aiden hitting the wall. They're getting a little bit racy. Aiden hits the apex of that first corner there, and he cannot make any moves happen, losing a little bit of time to the Stig as a result of that little incident there. But hats off to 2.0. He is way out in front, and he is going to be your winner here at Leetsdale. 3 laps remaining. Lil Hondo setting the fastest lap of the race, setting a 17.132 still. Let's see if 2.0 up in front can make that happen, get a little bit squirrely going through the second corner. And the Stig and Aiden are still really close. A bit of a bump going to the second corner, which gets the Stig a little bit sideways. He takes the inside line, trying to get the switch back on Aiden. Aiden with the fastest lap of the race, taking it from Lil Hondo by only 4 milliseconds. The fastest lap, the last lap of the race is now happening. Let's see if Aiden makes a little bit of move. He does. Try to bump him a little bit wide, but cannot make any moves happen. The final results are here. Anything can happen. He spins him out into that final corner there, and he is going to go side by side across the line. We're going to see if anything will happen in the final results there. But in first place, we have Charlier. Second place, Lil Hondo, and in third, the results just went away, so now I cannot read it. But what an exciting race from these young drivers, and I cannot wait for the second heat of drivers to the fastest heat to actually have something happen. The marshals are going to have a look at something, most likely, and hopefully all of the drivers aren't going to be angry at each other for a little bit of bumping there. Maybe that kart was a little bit ambitious. Aiden trying to overtake the Stig, but yeah, the Stig did get third position, I believe, and Aiden with fourth. So yeah, what an exciting race there. A lot of action just happened, and I will see you guys for the A feature race coming up in Leetsdale. And coming out of the pits now is your A feature race. 6 karts out on the grid, just like in the B feature race. So we have 12 total racers today. Just want to congratulate everybody for that nice first race. Some nice entertainment from those drivers. So we do have Enderbeast on pole. Right behind her, is Speed Demon, then Devin, then Austin, then Forza, then JD. A little bit easier names to pronounce here. So hopefully nobody gets angry at me for mispronouncing these names, but I'm excited to see exactly what these drivers can bring to the table, exactly what kind of lap times will be set down, exactly what kind of incidents are going to happen, exactly how much officiating is going to be needing to be enforced. All of the marshals are getting into their positions, making sure that everyone is okay, everybody giving the thumbs up. And when the lights go out, we are officially racing here in Leetsdale. And it's here we go here at Leetsdale. Enderbeast gets a great start. Kart number 7 gets a little bit sideways, but nobody can capitalize on it, as of course it is a little bit narrow going through this kart track. A little bit of bumping coming from behind from kart number 18. And from behind there pushes him a little bit farther. Kart number 9. And Speed Demon is right on the tail of Enderbeast going through the first corner there. It's still anybody's first position. Enderbeast cannot make any mistakes, or else Speed Demon is going to indeed capitalize on her mistakes. In first place, we have Enderbeast. Second, Speed Demon, who has the fastest lap of the race. Devin in third. Austin in fourth. Forza in fifth. And JD in sixth position. All of the karts are getting a little bit spaced out now. Enderbeast has to try to find some pace in her kart here. Try to get a little bit of space in between her and Speed Demon. She does set the fastest lap of the races. Devin actually goes a lot faster, setting a 17.091. And it's starting to catch up to all the drivers in the middle, a little bit sideways. Kart number 18 going through the first corner there. And that's going to make JD capitalize on that mistake. Doesn't push him wide yet. Still is not pushing him wide. Let's see through the final corner. Is he going to push him wide a little bit? No, he does not. Let's see, going through the second corner, is JD going to push Forza Fanatic wide? He does not, and he files in right behind and cannot make any moves happen. He's being very passive behind Forza, which is a little bit surprising in my opinion, but Enderbeast setting the fastest lap of the race at a 17.013. And most importantly, it's going 0.2 quicker than Speed Demon behind, setting a little bit of a gap between the two of them. 12 laps remaining here in this A feature race. And hopefully, Enderbeast actually just set a 17.003. Speed Demon set a 17.036. So Enderbeast is pulling away, but not by much. 18 once again into the wall. 18 really needs to figure out, that's Forza, needs to figure out that first corner. He's losing a little bit too much time going through that first corner. Enderbeast setting a 16.963, 10 laps remaining. Those lap times are only going to go down and down and down. Speed Demon not far behind, and Devin once again not too far behind in terms of lap time. Speed Demon is going to actually have to try to find some speed, as he does find some speed, setting the fastest lap of the race, taking it from Enderbeast, gaining a little bit on Enderbeast. He is 0.8 behind. And unfortunately, JD is, the other drivers are quite far behind, and not a whole lot of racing. Enderbeast does gap Speed Demon a little bit. And now we are in a bit of a lull. Look at the gap between all of these drivers. I thought it would be a little bit more interesting than this, but Forza is actually starting to gain on Austin a little bit. Kart 18 spins him. Oh, just as I thought things were getting a little bit into a lull, almost spins him out. Catches it beautifully going through that hairpin, but that was quite the lunge from kart number 18. Maybe wasn't able to control the kart exactly. Kart 18 does have a little bit of a strange brake pedal, so that might be playing into a factor with this, but Enderbeast is quite comfortably in the lead, almost a second gap. Speed Demon almost out of that DRS range, as so to say. And on a 16.8 second lap time, 1 second is quite the gap. Spins him out into the hairpin, and that's going to bring out the caution flag. That's going to bunch up everybody once again. What a spin out there. It looks like that the kart just tried to lunge up the inside there. And now that big gap that Enderbeast had with only 5 laps remaining has now diminished to nothing. It is now bumper to bumper traffic. They're going to go out onto speed 2, so this race is still not over. Enderbeast still has to make all of the correct positions. All of the correct moves to keep her first place position. There we go. Words are hard. But yeah, so who caused the caution there? I believe it was kart number 9, JD, who is filing in behind. And now it is bumper to bumper. All of those spaces that I was just mentioning are now gone. It's going to be a 5-lap shootout with these junior leaguers. Speed 2 going. Daryl is yelling speed 2. And we are going to see these karts go off of the caution flag in just a moment here. They are all in caution, still on speed 2 now. Everyone going bumper to bumper. Enderbeast getting a little bit of a gap between her and Speed Demon. And it is green flag here at Leetsdale for race start number 2. Speed Demon right behind Enderbeast can still make something happen. Does not bumper her into turn 2. And he is still right on her bumper. Not making any moves happen yet. But he is really, really, really close to her. Still really close. Let's see, does he make a move going into the second corner? He does not, but he is still so close on the Enderbeast. What a race, what racing between the two of these. Not a whole lot of bumping. I'm surprised that Speed Demon didn't try to make a move on her there, because now there's a little bit of a gap where previously there was not. That was his best chance to actually make something happen. But he instead elected not to bump her. He is going a little bit side by side, getting Enderbeast a little bit sideways. This is now the final lap. Devin is right behind Speed Demon. Enderbeast still in first position. Let's see if any of these drivers can make any moves happen. If anybody's going to get a little bit racy to try to get that final first place position. Speed Demon trying to go side by side. Is he going to lose a position as well? No, he does not. Enderbeast is your winner. Going across the line first there. And there is the checkered flag, and all of the drivers are now starting to slow down. Enderbeast in first, Speed Demon second, Devin third, Austin fourth, Forza fifth, and JD in sixth position. Great job to all of these drivers, and I really hope that they had, most importantly, a really fun time. And we're going to see Enderbeast go off onto a victory lap here, holding that checkered flag. Once they eventually do let her go. There she goes, off on her victory lap. Great job to Enderbeast. An amazing drive from her. Was still able to keep Speed Demon behind after that caution actually came out, and well-deserved victory lap from her there. Well, that's all we have for you here today. Thank you guys for joining us, and I hope to see you guys in the next video, whether it be Junior League, whether it be Adult League, whether it be the Enduro, or whether it be the playoffs. I hope to see you guys back here very, very soon. Take care.